We're back with our Houston legend, Robert Tijerina. We recognized him at the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce Gala several years ago for his entrepreneurism and the great contributions he's had here in the Houston area. We're going to talk to him a little bit about his latest venture, which is something all of us enjoy, and that is tequila. Robert, what a phenomenal story. It would be enough for you to be in the industry of aviation, but now a second thriving business. I remember when you launched it and kicked it off, but now I see titanium tequila all over. Tell us about that.
Well, starting like any new business is hard, and especially the liquor business and whatever part you're going to do. I've, again, have a lot of great contacts. I worked very hard to create a product and a team to not just excel in different states and that, but adapting a certain taste of tequila, very smooth, for the U.S. market, as opposed to some that are stronger in Mexico and so forth.
So your base was U.S. You wanted
U.S.
Okay.
Yep. And so back, my family being from Mexico, my mom and dad, we felt years ago that sometimes the true meaning of 100% agave got lost. There's so many brands, there's so many marks out there that people don't always know what they're getting. So I teamed up with a customer in Mexico to create a very smooth tequila for the U.S. market with our full line, and here we are today.
Well, but it's not an easy task. First of all, the competition is great. Yet you were able to get into some of the large restaurants in Houston, some of the big liquor stores, etc. How do you go from the idea to actually launching it? Like, what was your ramp-up time to get the product into those big entities?
That's a great question. Just starting it from the time that we began discussing it to having an actual bottle approved by not only the U.S. government, but the TABC, that took us about 2.5 years. Once we did that, then we start the next part. Who's going to help us sell it, and distributor-wise. So then we start you out with baby steps. We had a very small distributor that we worked with, and we had one store, I think it was Specs in downtown, gave us a break to get in there. And little by little, it's not easy work, but there's so much competition out there. And again, we tried to make sure that I preached to my team, we've got to be better than everybody else. And not just in the flavor, the profile, the bottling, the service. We're always one phone call away from all our customers.
Yeah, and you personally are out there.
Always, absolutely.
You are out there working with these entrepreneurs, the restaurants, dedicating like Tuesday Titanium Tequila Day, celebrating that. We see all over television. I mean, it is not only the vision of it, but the execution part that you seem to be very well prepared for, and that you like also, right?
I do. I enjoy it. Yeah. There's a lot of satisfaction, and it's good for anybody to know everything about your business. So I want to know what my team goes through when they're out marketing it and selling it, so I get very hands-on involved in every step of it.
So we've got people who are watching us thinking, okay, I have this great idea, I want to do it. What advice do you have for folks on the front end, something that you wish you would have known, or something you got right on the front end?
You know, I tell people, do not be afraid to start in business, whatever it is. Do your homework. There's a lot of great tools now you can use with the internet in starting a business, from creating your business cards to your web design. But I tell people, doing your homework, knowing your competition is very, very important before you start any business. And another thing is, whatever you do, is be the best at it.
Right. But some would argue, well, being the best means you've got to have a lot of capital to be the best. What advice do you have on that front?
That's not necessarily true. I think everybody should start out slowly. And most people that are successful, they start out slow. You take your baby steps, you start building your experience and reputation, and then you can proceed from there. So I was at home, living at home, brokering some jets. I didn't know much about business then. I knew what I wanted to do, I just didn't know how to execute it. Right. But a lot of people will overanalyze failure, so they won't start a business.
And they never do anything.
Nothing. And their life goes by, you can't, there's a saying my mother says in Spanish, don't wait for tomorrow what you can do today. So I tell people, if you want to do something, there's a lot of competition, don't wait. Start it, do your homework, use the resources you have online, and be very good and honest with people, and you'll make it.
And also emulate, look at people who are successful, surround yourself by a smart team, and hire people. I've met folks on your team who are just very professional, very thorough.
Thank you.
It's every person on that team has to bring something to the table, right? So my dad used to always say, surround yourself with people who are smarter than you. and that always is the right direction to go in. But Robert, we're so really proud of you. And if we can close out the segment by you letting the audience know in terms of your legacy, what would you like to be remembered by?
You know, we all try to do the right thing in this world. I not only wanted to build my companies up, but also give back to the community. That's very, very important for anybody in this country, and especially in this city. Houston is such a giving city, but if you start becoming successful, you've got to help other people, not only younger people growing their business, but doing charity work, helping other people that really need it.
Well, we appreciate all that you've done at the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Anytime we've called, you're out there. We appreciate that, and we wish you continued success.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
And on behalf of our board of directors, we thank you for joining us here on Houston Legends. On behalf of the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, I'm Dr. Laura Murillo. Have a great day.